Hey there, fellow gun enthusiasts. You know, there's something special about a rifle that's so streamlined, so perfectly tuned to the essentials, that it makes you wonder why your other guns feel like they're lugging around a bag of bricks. Survival rifles have come a long way. No more rusty old truck guns or flimsy Boy Scout relics. Today's best survival rifles fold, float, or break apart like a magician's trick, all while packing enough punch to take down a squirrel or a threat with one clean shot. In 2025, with political tensions running high and backpack space tighter than ever, these rifles aren't just range toys, they're real-world tools. Whether you're bugging out, bushcrafting, or just want a rifle that doesn't throw a fit when it hits the mud, this list has your back. We're breaking down the top 10 survival rifles based on what really matters, how easy they are to carry, deploy, clean in the field, and how well they handle different rounds, bad weather, and tight shots. Buckle up because we're starting with the solid picks and working our way up to the cream of the crop. And here's a spoiler, a couple of these cost less than a tank of gas in California. If you're digging this, smash that like button and subscribe to Survival Gear Showcase. We've got more where this came from. Chiappa M6. Let's kick things off with the Chiappa M6, a rifle that's equal parts curiosity and confusion. It's like someone at Chiappa said, hey, let's take the old Air Force survival gun, crank up the options, and add just enough weirdness to keep people guessing. This double-barrel break-action rifle combines a .22 LR or .22 Magnum on top with a .410 shotgun below. And if that's not enough, you can throw in Excalibur inserts for even more caliber madness. It folds flat, weighs about 5.8 pounds, and stows away without looking like a threat. Until you unfold it, that is. Imagine you're out in the wilderness, miles from anywhere, and you spot a rabbit hopping through the brush. You pop off a .22 round and dinner's sorted. Then a pheasant takes off. Boom. Switch to the .410 and you've got feathers for your hat. That's the M6's promise. Versatility in a pinch. But it's not perfect. The trigger feels like you're pulling a rusty gate shut, and the sights are basic at best. Accuracy depends on your patience and how well you know its quirks. It's not a tack driver, and it's slow to reload, but it's a survivor. I took one out in a downpour once, came back soaked, but the M6 didn't care. It's like that beat-up multi-tool in your glove box. Ugly, but reliable. Guys I know swear by it for canoe trips or stashing in a truck bed. Folks who don't mind a little character in their gear. Savage Model 42 Takedown. Next up is the Savage Model 42 Takedown, a rifle that feels like it was built by someone who's actually been stuck in the woods with nothing but a knife and a prayer. It's a straightforward over-under break action. .22 LR or .22 Magnum on top, .410 shotgun on the bottom. Push a button and it splits apart faster than a cheap date after dinner. At just under 6 pounds with a synthetic stock that laughs at rain, this thing is made for small game, light defense, or just keeping the critters at bay. It's not here to impress your buddies at the range, it's here to work. Picture this. You're camped out by a creek, and a squirrel's eyeing your last granola bar. The .22 barrel drops him clean. Later, a snake slithers too close. .410 to the rescue. It's not fancy, but it's effective. The rifle barrel shoots straight enough for small game out to 50 yards, and the shotgun's good for anything dumb enough to get within 20. Cleaning, it's a breeze. Fewer moving parts than a semi-auto means less to go wrong when you're covered in mud. I knew a guy who kept one in his fishing boat for years, never babied it, and it still ran like a champ. It's the quiet, dependable type. Like that buddy who doesn't say much, but always shows up with a tow rope when your truck's stuck. Steyr Scout. Now, here's a rifle that doesn't just walk into the survival conversation. It struts in like it owns the place and dares you to prove it wrong. The Steyr Scout is Jeff Cooper's brainchild, a Bolt Action 308 that's light, compact, and ready for anything. It's got a built-in bipod that pops out like a jack-in-the-box, an integral scope rail for quick optics, and a spare mag tucked in the stock like a hidden ace. At 6.5 pounds and 39 inches long, it's not the smallest on this list, but it makes up for it with pure grit. This is the rifle you grab when the stakes are high. Say you're holed up in a deer stand and a coyote pack starts circling. 308's got the reach and punch to send them packing. Or maybe you're trekking through bear country and you need something that hits hard enough to make a grizzly think twice. The accuracy is unreal. Tight groups at 100 yards, no problem, and the bolt slides like it's on butter. Yeah, it's pricey, north of $1,700, but you're paying for a rifle that's overbuilt for the end of the world. I shot one at a range in Montana, and even after a day of dust and sweat, it didn't miss a beat. It's the kind of gun that makes you feel like you could hike across a state, shoot your dinner, and still have enough left in the tank to fend off trouble. Overkill? Maybe. Awesome? Hell yes. Browning BLR Takedown. Next up, the Browning BLR Takedown, a lever-action rifle that's as elegant as it is rugged. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lever action, isn't that a bit old school for survival? Well, think again. This isn't your granddad's cowboy gun. It's a modern marvel that breaks down in seconds and holds zero like a champ. Chambered in hard-hitting calibers like .308, .243, or even .450 Marlin, it's got the muscle to take down anything from elk to, well, whatever's coming your way. What sets the BLR apart? It's got a detachable box magazine, rare for lever actions, which means faster reloads and no fumbling with tube mags in the field. At around 6.8 pounds, it's manageable, and the aluminum receiver keeps it light without sacrificing durability. I've taken this rifle apart and put it back together blindfolded. Okay, not really, but it's that easy, and it still shoots like a laser. The lever action's smooth as butter and the trigger's crisp, perfect for those oh crap moments when you need to make the shot count. Picture this. You're out in the backcountry, miles from nowhere, and a big old buck steps into view. You've got seconds to act. With the BLR, you're not scrambling to chamber a round, you're already locked and loaded, ready to drop him clean. It's the kind of rifle that makes you feel like you could survive the apocalypse and still have time for a whiskey by the fire. If you're after a survival rifle that respects tradition but demands reliability, the BLR's your guy.
Smith & Wesson, M&P, FPC.
If you're searching for a firearm that blends portability, power, and practicality, the Smith & Wesson M&P FPC folding carbine stands out as a compelling option. This modern carbine is chambered in 9mm parabellum, delivering reliable stopping power in a lightweight, compact package. Weighing just 5.1 pounds and featuring a folding design, it collapses to a mere 16.38 inches, making it ideal for stashing in a bug-out bag or vehicle. The M&P FPC boasts a 16.25-inch barrel for improved accuracy and velocity, paired with a blowback-operated system that ensures smooth cycling. It accepts widely available M&P pistol magazines with a capacity of up to 23 rounds, keeping you ready for extended scenarios. Its M-Lock-A handguard allows for customization with lights, lasers, or grips, enhancing its versatility for survival situations. While it departs of some classic survival rifles, the M&P FPC compensates with its ease of use, affordable ammo, and rapid deployment. It's a practical choice for urban or rural preppers who value adaptability over tradition. Ruger 1022 Takedown. Next up, the Ruger 1022 Takedown, the rifle that practically built the small game survival community. If you've never shot a 1022, you're missing out. It's like the Swiss Army knife of rimfire rifles, reliable, customizable, and stupidly easy to use. The takedown version takes it up a notch by letting you split the rifle in half with a push and twist, making it a breeze to stow in a backpack. chambered in .22 LR. It's not going to win any firefights, but that's not the point. This rifle's here to put dinner on the table, quietly and efficiently. With a 10-round rotary magazine and plenty of aftermarket options, it's got enough firepower for small game or varmints. And let's talk customization. You can trick this thing out with scopes, suppressors, new stocks, you name it. It's like the Barbie doll of rifles. Dress it up however you want. Henry AR-7. Next up, the Henry AR-7, a rifle with survival written all over it. Designed in the 1950s for Air Force pilots who needed a compact firearm after bailing out, this .22 LR semi-automatic takedown is a legend. It breaks down into its own stock, barrel, receiver, mags, all of it, forming a watertight floating package that's about the size of a loaf of bread. At just 3.5 pounds, it's lighter than your average laptop, and you can assemble it in under a minute without tools. I've got a story about this one. A few years back, I took an AR-7 on a canoe trip in the Boundary Waters. We hit some rapids, flipped, and my gear went under. I thought the rifle was toast, but it popped up, bobbing like a cork. I shook it off, and it still shot 2-inch groups at 25 yards. That's survival grit right there. It's not a powerhouse, stick to squirrels or rabbits, but the .22 LR is cheap, light, and plentiful. The 8-round mag keeps it simple, and the bright orange camo option makes it hard to lose in the woods. Cleaning's a breeze, too. If you're near water or need a rifle that disappears into a pack, the AR-7's your guy. Keltec Sub 2000 Gen 3. Next, the Keltec Sub 2000 Gen 3, a pistol caliber carbine that's all about being sneaky and smart. Chambered in 9mm or 40S and W, it folds in half to a compact 16 inches, perfect for a backpack or under a truck seat. Weighing just over 4 pounds, it's a featherweight that shares mags with your favorite pistol, Glock, SIG, Beretta, you name it. That's a logistics win. One ammo type for your handgun and rifle. I took a Gen 3 to the range last spring, and it's a blast. The blowback action's simple, and with a red dot on the M-lock rail, I was hitting center mass at 100 yards like it was nothing. The Gen 3 tweaks, smoother cycling, less recoil, make it a joy to shoot. It's not a sniper rifle, but for survival, it's plenty accurate. I've got a buddy who keeps one in his truck, paired with his Glock 17. Same mags, same ammo, no fuss. It's like the multi-tool of carbines, functional, not flashy. If you want a rifle that's compact and ammo efficient, the Sub 2000's got your back. TNW Aero Survival Rifle. If the Sub 2000's clever, the TNW Aero Survival Rifle is a shapeshifter. This takedown carbine brings AR-style modularity to the survival game with quick barrel swaps for 9mm, 40, 45 ACP, 223, or 300 blackout. It's like having a whole gun safe in one package. Weighing approximately 5.5 pounds, it breaks down into modules, barrel, bolt, upper, that fit in a laptop bag and reassemble in under a minute. No tools needed. I saw one at a range day, and it was wild. My buddy ran it in 45 ACP, popping steel at 50 yards, then swapped to 223 and stretched it to 200 without a hiccup. It holds 2 MOA groups with decent ammo, and the alloy frame shrugs off mud and rain. The ambidextrous controls are a lefty's dream. Speaking from experience here, it's pricier, around $800, but for a rifle that adapts to any threat or scenario, it's worth it. If your survival plan includes uncertainty, this modular beast is ready to roll. Chiappa Little Badger. Last but not least, the Chiappa Little Badger, the rifle that proves less is more. This single-shot .22 LR weighs a ridiculous 2.9 pounds and folds to 17 inches, making it one of the smallest, lightest rifles out there. It's stripped to the bone, wire stock, threaded barrel, Picatinny rails for optics or lights. No mags, no frills, just load, aim, Fire. I took a little Badger on a solo backpacking trip in the Sierras. It was like carrying a feather, and when a squirrel got too bold near my camp, one shot at 30 yards sealed the deal. The single-shot action forces you to make every round count, but it's dead reliable. The stock holds a dozen rounds, so you're never empty-handed. It's not fast, but when you're miles from anywhere, it's a lifesaver. If you had to walk away with just one rifle, this minimalist master would be a top contender. There you have it. The top 10 survival rifles for 2025, from the Henry AR-7's floating grit to the Keltec Sub-2000's folding genius, the TNW Arrow's adaptability, and the Chiappa Little Badger's minimalist magic. This lineup has it all. Budget-friendly to premium, simple to modular. Each one's built to keep you going when the world gets rough. Which one's your go-to? Got a tale of a rifle pulling you through? Drop it in the comments. I'm all ears. If this hit the mark, give a like, share with your range buddies, and subscribe to Survival Gear Showcase for more gear talk. Stay sharp, stay safe, keep shooting.